G'day, welcome back to Oxygen Not Included. This will be session 12. Let's get continuing. Cool. So, the first thing pointed out in the comments was that I had this around the wrong way. To me, this looks like water going up to the shower head, this coming water down out of it, which is not the case. This is water coming, that's the input and that's the output. So if this is heading towards my sewage, I want this to be the output. So what we will do is run this up through the wall and then come down to there. Okay, now it looks like these guys are back to wanting more research. One thing I saw someone mention as well is that if I go Control S, was it? No, Alt S. Alt S, you go into picture mode and that allows you to zoom out way further. That makes us feel little small things on our tiny little planet, but thank you for that suggestion. That is very, very neat to know. Okay. Skill scrubber as well was the answer to the question of how do I remove skills from my duplicates once I've made them. And continue to dig is the other continued feedback I've got, and I noticed that was a very liked statement as well. So we shall continue to dig. What I'm going to do is dig up slowly. There's a bit of algae here, so it's probably better to get on top of the algae. And also, I'm going to skip this little area here. You can sort of see what's going on out that way. I was a little bit careful because there's a fair bit of sand we're going to be digging under that way. We're starting to hit water as we head north, and I believe that's salt water. Something I looked at previously. This room here does look like it'd be interesting to dig into, though. Let's dig that way. Dig up too, just to give them the head space. And was I digging down yet? I started my journey down. Not yet. Nice thing to eat. Let's just take some of those now. Now I do need to sort this out. I do need to start getting, I guess, the good water out of that if I can. Because it does seem like if I can recover food from that water, it would be good. Feel sorry for whoever's job it is to count those germs. Okay, water up here is getting very low too. I'll have to look into pumping water. I do sort of like the locations of some of my water to sort of like the respect of where the rest of the camp is. I wonder if I can chuck like a water pump in somewhere like here, and then to get it up there. Let's continue on with our shower as well. So we'll right down that little kink, and we will work our way down to down through that wall, and then we'll just go. Actually, I can't go through two too steep a wall, and I realize that some of these might be a bit tricky to dig to, especially if I put it somewhere here. Probably made a mistake incorrectly identifying that as the non-sewerage one. The fact that that now goes down sort of my main in line could be a problem. Right, well, cut straight down here, I think. Cancel those, and we'll come straight down the ladder. Now, what we should do is dig out this space here too, and then we can put a... I realize that they've just dug out underneath that, so what we should do is put a floor in place there. You don't get yourself stuck in there. And one there. Wilder's looking much happier these days. Good to see. Now, in theory, I assume that I'm going to have to build some sort of pump down here in order for this liquid to go up. And I figure whatever the answer is of how I do that will be the answer of how I get, say, this liquid out and put it in a more useful spot. I just feel like I should be exploring this a bit more too, so let's dig across into that area. I've dug quite nicely out here. Lots of slime amongst that algae. A bit more water over here. I feel like it could be worth my while trying to dig out that algae there to let this fall into that same set of water. A lot of algae down here too that we should still be looking at getting. So let's declare this all a dig site as well. And we'll put a few more tiles across here anyway. And let's finish off the floor above it too, I'd say. We'll put that in and then dig out all of this. The major renovations are coming. I did see an argument as well to say that I should put the water cooler back in that room. So let's do it. Take a bit more, just clear out more of the algae up here. You can see there's a lot of it still just sitting up there, meaning that we've got more than enough at this point. May as well make this, while we're at it, make that a solid floor. The ones that I'm willing to sort of say, yeah, that's probably a permanent fixture of where we're going to have stuff be. Will also allow us to deconstruct those three there, so that we can get back into this area and we can start to look to dig further down that way. On a nice little angle down. Even if it's nothing but to allow more gas to end up in that bottom bit. Okay, so now let's look at all the things we've got. Definitely lots to do. So those people, no, I have seen some make the comment that that's the downside of using the manual generators, is it means that I have people that are just out of commission for large parts of the day because they're sort of doing that the generator work, and that's why I should be instead using other forms of power, which is definitely a good argument. Is that unreachable? Great, they've done that bit more digging up there, so we'll just finish off with that last bit of algae. I also see someone make the comment that I've got too many diffusers. We do. I've got a lot of them around. The title of the game did definitely put me in a mindset where I wanted to have as much oxygen as possible, I think. Water. See if we can put some ladder spots there. Sense of if we can come up under this room. Can't imagine we can just tell them to deconstruct security doors. Gotta hand it to Stinky. Anytime there's work to do, he's always the first man there. I can't tell if I can dig that out or if it's just sort of considered behind that. But I mean, otherwise I could probably get up there. We built, say, a ladder here. And so to dig that. Can I boil salt water? Or salt out of it? One concern I have about this sort of digging north thing is that am I like giving up some of my good oxygen to just these sections at the top that otherwise don't need it? I mean, I suppose it doesn't look like there's too much down the bottom where there's bad oxygen. And I've extended this out so that carbon dioxide can push down further, certainly. Looks like we're very close to getting in that room. Let's have a quick look at what water research there is. That's rust and oxygen. There we go. What was that? Remove salt or brine from salt water producing water. Alright, cool. I'll take that on. Find slime into algae. That also seems really worthwhile. Produces clean water from polluted water using sand. Alright, so it looks like this will be where we've got to focus on water. Seems like what we want to be going for. There's some salt water there too. What I could do is build a ladder here maybe with a pump in it. If I want to get this out, they can sort of operate down here and get water from my my nasty little pond there. Big chamber down here. How are we doing at the top, actually? Door requires a bioscan. Feels safe. If I tell them to demolish that, will they wander in? Considered out of range. Cool, they were able to get to that light. Good to see. You guys barely going up? No, just standing it. What do we want? Wire. So one straight up, across and down. Looks like they might not be able to get in there. Does seem like there's a gap. It seems hardcore. I can't imagine some of the layouts that people must be using where they've got conveyor belt systems and stuff going on. It's I can only imagine the sort of videos that are out there of what people have achieved. Get more salt water. Take some food. Try and make people happier with a bit more actually edible food. Why is it saying there's storage isn't available for my polluted water? I would have thought that this should just be polluted water, so they're just lying to me? What's the story? Draws liquid and runs it through pipes. Must be submerged in liquid. Alright, so let's... Yeah. Oh, okay. Does it say storage unavailable while there's a bottle sitting on top of the emptier? I'm with you. Yeah, okay. That looks suspect. Quick shell. Cramped. Not happy. I feel like I'm more hesitant about letting critters in than I should be. I feel like this game is you against the elements. It's not going to be you against a critter that comes in and just goes crazy on your dupes. Though I feel like it's the fact that I can kill critters makes me feel like maybe there could be some danger to it. I could be very much wrong though. Great, okay, so that research was done. So then we go back to our liquids. We want the clean water. Yeah, stinky. First line of anything needed. Yeah, I can imagine that it's not the most ideal thing walking that far underwater. Not enjoying it. Not one bit. Yeah, you haven't got sick from it though, Stinky. What are you complaining about? And we can also say we've got Travaldo back to 0%. Stinky's now the most stressed guy there at less than 1%. So certainly a victory there. These guys are working good. I'm super happy to see how the food's doing. I realize that we probably don't even need to make any of it storable, because if we're making more than we're using, then it means that the food that we're making can expire and we can just make more food and we've still got more than enough. So that's a positive. Now with our refinement, mind trying it out. So what I'd like to do is sort of converge all of these into one pool and then see if I can then refine that. It's quite far away from everything else though, so I mean I could try and like say drop it, like create a shaft that it's sort of try and land it maybe in a pool designed here somewhere. Alright, well let's start off with sort of considering that we might be designing something down here, and what we'll do is we'll sort of continue to work our way down, clearing this from where it is down. Okay, so for the plumbing, need to connect there, and we can deconstruct that one. And I hope our electricity wires are fine with being underwater. Doing great work, Ellie. Just suspect these poke shells. Do we have any sort of non-hostile critter that eat polluted dirt and rot piles? That doesn't seem like there's any harm in having them around. I just want to kill this guy though, because he's been stuck in that door for so long. So possibly at some point I can wrangle him, and I don't know if I can pick him up or move him or give him some sort of instruction at that point. Okay. Now let's just finish it off. Let's get the last of the... Probably not the last of the liquids. Yeah, why not? Alright, so... Our refinement. Fine slime into algae. That seems really handy. So we want to put that somewhere. This is the one I really want to... Okay, so that sort of works like a refinement plant where it'll just sort of pump through one way and then out the other. Okay. That's sort of where we want to put it then, I guess, down here. We'll dig a little bit more room. So it can sit between my two bodies of water. Wait for Ellie to get done up there. It's almost like a puzzle of how can we get all of these to converge to the one point. So what we do is we start digging underneath it. Alright. We'll have to just ask them to get all that debris out of there. Not sure why otherwise that wouldn't be considered an unoccupied space. Should be that bottle right there that's the problem. Alright, I'm gonna give you a 9 then, bottle. Really want you out of there. Okay, is that any better? No. It's a plant there, and that one. That'll do it. Alright, let's try again. There we go. Pipe blocked. So where is that pipe incomplete? What do we want? Plumbing. I mean, that's suggesting that it must be all the way in there, right? It's just that someone just has to opt to use this to... that the pipe's not blocked, it's the pipe's just sort of waiting for anyone to take advantage of it. Now I realise as well what I've done is I've not given this a door. Let's see if they care or not. Have a look to see if here or anything they take advantage of it. Like, what's their process? They be in the morning? Might give Travado just one more hour of work, so it's just 3 hours downtime, and see if he can still, if he's still sort of on the positive. So look at that again as a reminder. So green is output, down is input. So for this guy we want green is output. So we're moving it over to a spot where they can access it without too much issue. We cancel that one. We cancel it all. They can probably figure this out from this corner. So we'll go. My only concern is I've got this around the wrong way, and I accidentally pump. Oh no, I shouldn't pump polluted water in. It'll just let's cancel that. What we might do is we will sort of form that base a bit more sturdily. Give this we'll give this an actual floor. And so for that logic, we can get rid of that. Square. No. I think we can get rid of all of those squares, really. And then what we'll do is we'll dig out the remainder of that. That as well. And then what we'll do is we'll get our plumbing. And we'll go down and then across. Then we'll have our weird little snake down to the bottom. We'll cancel those last two as well, because I assume we've got to put a pump down here. And the same as the other one, we'll put a vent. Oh, stinky, you're not going to be too much fun down there. Belly straight into it. Get our power connected as well. Hopefully not a long journey for that one. Certainly while they're doing it at the moment, it probably wouldn't hurt to... Actually, let me cancel that. What I might do is I'll continue to build just tile down this wall. I think that there's going to be no way to sort of build underneath that. That'll be a pain. Maybe let's just rebuild our... Just sort of swing out a little bit further to make it a bit less sort of like steppy down. Surely I've made Stinky still fighting away. The hero. Okay, and so then we want to look into a liquid pump. Locked. I don't know if I'm missing something there, but... I mean, it's not complaining about anything. It just feels like that this is just sort of matter-of-factly saying that the pipe's blocked because no one's using it. It's the only assumption that I can really make with that. Alright, I'll say that today that we're about to start will be our last day of this session. Because I eagerly do want to try and get this guy finished off. See if we can get our some water recovered from this polluted water. I mean, I'm also glad that this liquid pump isn't going nuts because we don't want to be losing too much liquid from it. And there we go. Good. Valdo's enjoying a shower. I'd say, Stinky, you're probably entitled to a shower too, but just call it a day and enjoy some you time. Be good to get more. We could possibly dig out some more of this. We don't want to go too deep unless I've got confident I've got a lot of water in there, I think. Because we want this pump's reach to still be able to touch stuff. But I mean, also these pumps say that, yeah, I could definitely just put a pump down here, pump this water from here to that one. Alright, now just electricity to that guy as well. What do we want? I suppose it would just be the same route. Just run straight across. I'll cancel that one. We'll just get it to mirror the water pump just so it doesn't look as messy. Plenty to do. What are we doing up here? Let's get another 2 rows of that as well. Yeah, good to see. These guys do have very good ability to hold their breath. As long as I haven't done anything with my batteries for a very long time, and so I'm quite amazed that they're still holding strong. That I haven't needed to, like, that I have continued to add sort of more electronics on them, but I don't know if it's just that I don't use them enough or what, that there's no complaints. Where are you off to, Stinky? I need more copper, so it does seem like copper is something that I'm need to dig out some more of. So maybe let's water all that to be dug out too. Stinky gets through this not getting sick. Oh, my hat is off to him. I'll tell you what, Stinky. There you go. You can have 1 extra block to your bedroom for this effort. Not too much we can do with that carbon dioxide, I suppose, unless we get more water in here that pushes it up and out. Still got this this up here, so I don't know if this is a question that I want to throw to have the answer to. Submit bioscan. I clearly am playing this game just in general very cautiously. There's plenty of stuff that I err on the side of caution for, and that bioscan is definitely one of them. I'm not sure if I want it in the comments or not. Yeah, there's nothing to worry about. It only affects, they can only do it once or whatever. I think that one I'll leave as a mystery of my own concern to decide what to do. But it looks like we did make it through another day and they still aren't yet with that liquid pump. I can see a whole bunch of water coming through. Cool, so quite exciting to know my liquid vents do work. But I guess yeah, that'll be an event for next time if we see if our water sieve works. So it's very exciting times. And it does look like old mate Stinky does have hypothermia. So, sorry about that, Stinky. And straight back in it. Look at that. What a little hero. So, yeah, alright, well, thanks for watching, and I guess until next time, there we go. Catch ya.